In order to find the area of the shape shown below, we need to actually find the area of three different regions. The first region is a trapezoid. It's this region here on the left. So we'll need to find that region. We'll also need to find this region in the center, which is a rectangle. And then last but not least, we'll need to find the area of this region here, which is also a trapezoid, and it looks like it is the same dimensions as the blue region here. I'm going to call this first region, region A. I'll call this middle region, region B, and this third region, region C, so we can talk about it later on throughout the problem. So the plan will be to start off by finding the area for region A, and then we're going to add to that the area for region B. We'll add the area for region C. Let's start with the area for region A. Region A is a trapezoid. We need to know the formula for the area of a trapezoid. The area of a rectangle is base times height. The area of a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. But we have a trapezoid. The area for a trapezoid is similar to a triangle. It is 1/2, but instead of the base, we have two bases. We have this bottom base here and this top base here. So we're going to go ahead and add these two bases together, base 1 plus base 2. So that's 1/2 times the bases times the height. And that's the formula we're going to use to find the area for region A. This is a little tricky because you have to imagine region A on its side. So if we were to take this and rotate it, you would see that we have two bases, one on the top and one on the bottom, and then we have a height here. So you're going to have to twist the original shape so that you can see the measurements of each piece. So let's go ahead and put this back and see if you can find each piece now that we know what we're looking for. We have the height on the top, or the base on the top, this distance here, which is 5 meters. I'm hoping you can see where that's given to us right here. And then we have the base on the bottom, which is 7 7/10 meters. And I hope you can see that here and here. Now we need to know the height, the distance from the top to the bottom, and that's this distance here. That's a little more tricky to figure out. We know that the entire distance along the bottom is 40 meters, and we know that this distance of this piece right here is 18 meters. So if I were to take 40 and I were to take away 18 from that, that would give me 22. So that means that this piece here and this piece here are both together 22. So individually they must be 11, because if I take 22 and divide it by 2, I get 11. And so each one of these tiny pieces have to be 11. 11 plus 18 plus 11 will get us 40. So that means that this height here, which is the same as this distance right here, is 11 meters. So we have all of the parts and pieces to plug in to our formula so we can find the area for that region. We have 1/2 times the two bases added together, so we have to take 5 plus 7 7/10, and that gives us 12 7/10. So when I add these two together, I get 12 7/10 times the height, which is 11. To multiply these three together, I'm going to rewrite 12 and 7/10 as an improper fraction. So 1/2 times, rewriting 12 and 7/10 as an improper fraction, I'm going to take 10 times 12 and get 120, plus the 7 left over is 127, and that's how many tenths we have. And we're going to take that and multiply by 11, and I'm going to go ahead and write that as an improper fraction, 11 over 1. Multiplying straight across, I have 1 times 127 times 11. 127 times 11 gives us 1,397. 1,397 over 2 times 10 times 1 is 20. And that's the area for region A. To that, I need to add the area for region B. That is a rectangle, so we'll use our formula for the area of a rectangle to calculate this area. The area is base times height, so I need to identify what is the base and what is the height. The base is this distance here, which is the same as this distance here, so that's going to be 18 meters. The height was given here as 7 and 7/10. So my base is 18, my height is 7 and 7/10, and I need to multiply those together. Again, in order to do multiplication, I have to rewrite this mixed fraction as an improper fraction. 18, I also need to write as an improper fraction. 18 over 1 times 10 times 7 is 70, plus 7 is 77 all over 10. We'll multiply straight across. I'm going to start off with 18 times 77 gets me 1,386. 1,386 over 1 times 10, which is 10. Almost done with my calculating. I still need to add on the area for region C. The thing about the area for region C is it's exactly the same as the area for region A, so I don't have to do any calculations. I just need to write down the answer I got for the area for region A, which is 1,397/20. Last, I need to add all three of these areas together. With addition, you need a common denominator. We have two denominators that are the same, the 20ths here and the 20ths here, but we have tenths here. So in order to get an LCD, I'm hoping that you recognize the LCD between 20 and 10 and 20 is 20. So you want all of our denominators to be 20. All three fractions with a 20 for the denominator. The first fraction already has a 20 as the denominator, so I'm just going to rewrite the numerator because it doesn't change at all. The second fraction, however, I need to change because I have original denominator of 10. I need to change the denominator of 10 into a 20. The only way I can do that is with multiplication. I'm going to take 10 times 2, which will make 20, and that's only legal if I do the same thing here up on the top. Right? Remember that the only way to make sure that you have the equivalent fraction is to multiply by a fancy 1, and 2 over 2 is 1. So I'm going to take 1,386 and multiply that by 2. 1,386 times 2 gives me 2,772. This third fraction we'll leave alone because it already has a 20 as a denominator, so the numerator will also stay the same. Now that we have three fractions with three same denominators, I can make it a single fraction with the denominator of 20. And all I have to do is combine the numerators. I'm going to take 1,397 plus 2,772 plus 1,397 and add those together and divide by 20. Here we go. 1,397 plus 2,772 plus 1,397. Add that all together and we get 5,566. 5,566 twentieths. Let's go ahead and actually do that division. Divided by 20 to get a rounded answer of 278 and 3/10. We'll write that answer out and label it and we'll be done. 278 and 3/10. My label, because this is area, is square units, so meters squared. And that's my final answer.